Jeff, when we talk about the deconstruction of gender, what does that mean?
Well, up until about 50 or 60 years ago, there were only two sexes, male and female. But in contrast to that, there's this ideology that says that gender is fluid, that a person can shift between genders. It says that men and women are interchangeable. And a lot of these, don't expect a lot of sense out of this. A lot of these contradict each other. But it says that men and women are interchangeable. There may be an infinite number of genders. In fact, you may have an infinite number in you, and you might want to express some of them on different days of the week. This whole ideology says that gender is just an arbitrary social construct, whereas Christian theology teaches that God made us deliberately and biologically and physically male and female in His image.
And is this why there's so much gender confusion today?
I think this is part of the reason, because this is what's taught in our schools. It's believed and taught in academia. But primarily, I think the confusion is because we're born into a world where there's sin. And when we look at Genesis, the first conflict that God talks about is between a man and a woman, that there would be conflict there between the sexes. And I think that's just increased over time. And then second, because of the increase in divorce and single parenting, there's a lot of confusion about what it means to be a man or what it means to be a woman. And then the transgender agenda has kind of taken all this, and they've tacked themselves onto the homosexual activist movement, and they work to create special protections for gender expression or gender identity.